Welcome back friends. Today in this video we will study about ABO blood group system and structure of blood group antigens. As first of all I will tell you for general information that there are almost 35 and some places it's written that 38 blood groups major and minor are almost 100 blood groups, but according to clinical relevance the most important blood group system are two only: ABO blood group system and RH system. Today in this lecture we will study about what is ABO blood group system, how we will name that system, and what's the structure of RBCs if a person have blood group A, B, O or B blood group. So our focus will be on ABO blood group system today in this lecture. First of all, you have to keep in your mind that the classification of ABO blood group system or the name of ABO blood group system is totally based on the antigens. It is not based on antibodies, but it is based on the antigen that is present on the red blood cells. For example, if a person have blood group A, what it means? It means that that person have A antigen on their red cells. And if a person have B blood group, it means they have B antigen on their red cells. Similarly, if a person have AB blood group, it means that they have A antigen also on their red cells and B antigen on their red cells. But now question will come, if a person have O blood group, then which antigen is present on their red cells? Of course there will be no A antigen on their red cells and there will be no B antigen on their red cell. That's why we call those people that their blood group is O. But still there is antigen on their red cell. That is what antigen? That is H antigen or H substance on their red cells. So it means that O blood group people also have antigen, but that antigen is H antigen. Now question will come in your mind that what is H antigen? So first we will study that what is H antigen. After that we will study that if a person have blood group A, why we will tell them that they have A blood group, or how this blood group will be formed, or how these antigens will be formed, that we will study. But first we will study that what is H antigen. Actually what will happen, that precursors of RBCs made these antigens. Precursor means, as you know, mature RBC are anucleated, means they don't have nucleus or nuclear material. So when RBCs will be in their erythropoiesis stage like erythroblast, that time in precursor of RBC stage these antigens will be formed. First of all, there will be synthesis of oligosaccharide. That is what oligosaccharide is, a type of carbohydrate that is simple sugar, and it will contain 2 to 10 monosaccharides. Means when 2 to 10 monosaccharides will be attached, it is called as oligosaccharide. So first of all there will be synthesis of oligosaccharide, and each RBC makes millions of oligosaccharide. But in this diagram, just to understand the concept of H antigen, I make only 2 strands of oligosaccharide, that is green in color. So first of all these oligosaccharides will be made, that is present on the precursor of RBC. After, what will happen, in the nucleus of RBC chromosome 19 is present. Chromosome 19 that is present, that will made one special, that genes in chromosome 19 will made special enzyme. That enzyme is called as Fucose transferase, FT. That enzyme function is what? This enzyme will take the simple sugar fucose and will transfer to the oligosaccharide. When fucose will attach to the oligosaccharide, then it is called as H substance or H antigen. And this mechanism or this step or this procedure will happen in every red blood cell, whatever the person have blood group. So it means all of us RBCs do express H substance or H antigen. It means that each blood group have H substance or H antigen. Then now we will study that how blood group A will form, then we will focus on B, and then later on other blood groups. So first we understand the concept of H antigen, that how H antigen is made. So now you understand that chromosome 19, there will be genes that will make special enzyme fucose transferase, and the function of that enzyme is to transfer or to attach the fucose to the oligosaccharide, and when fucose will attach to the oligosaccharide, it is called as H substance or H antigen. Now it means RBC have H antigen, and this process will take in almost all people red blood cells, whatever their blood group is. Now we will study about this blood group A people. Now in blood group A people, those people who have blood group A, we studied that they have A antigen, but now how A antigen will be formed we will study. First, as I told you, that first chromosome 19 will make fucose transferase that will attach fucose to oligosaccharide and will make H substance. Now one additional activity will happen, same in precursor of erythroblast. Chromosome 9 that will be present in the nucleus of RBC, and as we know, chromosome 9 is autosome chromosome, means there will be two chromosomes. One chromosome will come from father and one chromosome will come from mother. So in chromosome 9, at one locus point, specific locus point, there will be genes that will be functional gene, and that gene will produce a special enzyme that is called as transferase A enzyme, and the function of this enzyme is to attach an acetylgalactosamine to the oligosaccharide. And when these will be attached, or when we will say the addition of an acetylgalactosamine addition will be happen to the oligosaccharide, then it is called as A antigen. Means A antigen when will formed? A antigen will be formed when transferase A will attach an acetylglucosamine to the oligosaccharide that already have H antigen. But A antigen is, we will say that this will be dominant in nature. So the people who have A antigen, their blood group will express that antigen, and phenotype will be A blood group or A, but genotype will be two. Either it will be AA homozygous or either it will be AO heterozygous. Why heterozygous? Because for example, as we told that there will be two chromosomes 9, one is from mother and one is from father. Now for example, if mother chromosome 9 at specific locus genes is functional, that will produce transferase A, but the father chromosome came from father, that locus genes is non-functional, it will not produce transferase A enzyme. So only mother chromosome genes is functional, so only that will attach that transferase enzyme will attach an acetyl to oligosaccharide and will form A antigen. So if a person is heterozygous also, the blood group will be appeared as A antigen only, because as I told that A antigen is dominant in nature. So like that A antigen will be formed by chromosome 9. Now you understand, and you can see in the diagram, that is rough diagram, but I hope you will understand. Now in blood group B, those people who have blood group B, in their red cells what will happen? Same, first H antigen will be formed, so that step I will not repeat because already 2 times I repeat that step. Now in chromosome 9, you understand only chromosome 9 is responsible to produce the blood groups. So in blood group B people, in chromosome 9, if the gene is functional, of course gene will be functional, then only blood group B will be formed. So at specific locus, genes now will produce enzyme transferase B, and that enzyme function is to attach the or to add the galactose to the H substance. And once the H substance will add with galactose, or galactose will be added to the H substance, it will be now called as B antigen, because B antigen is also dominant in nature, so blood group will be expressed as B. So like that, B antigen will be formed. Chromosome 9 will make transferase B, and that will transfer the galactose to the oligosaccharide, and which already have H antigen, and when there will be addition of galactose to the oligosaccharide, now it will be called as B antigen, and those people blood group will be expressed as blood group B, because they are containing antigen B. Now same thing will happen if both chromosomes are with functional genes. They both will produce transferase B, and the blood group phenotype also will be B, and genotype will be homozygous BB. But if one of the chromosome will be functional and one of the chromosome will be non-functional, then the phenotype will be B only, but genotype will be BO. So like that, blood group B will be formed. Now we will study about blood group AB people, that in their red cells what will happen. Now in blood group AB people, what will happen, that each of two chromosomes of chromosome 9, means one from mother and one from father, and at same gene locus one chromosome will make transferase A, either from mother side or from father side, and other chromosome will make transferase B, either from mother side or from father side. For example, from chromosome came from mother, that genes will make transferase A, and chromosome came from father, that genes will make transferase B. So in this condition, both chromosomes are with functional genes, but one gene is making transferase A and one gene is making transferase B. So in this case, what will happen, that transferase A will attach N-acetylglucosamine to the half of oligosaccharide, and other chromosome with functional gene that will make transferase B enzyme, and they will attach galactose to the other remaining oligosaccharide, or we can say that half of oligosaccharide, and then it will be converted to B antigen. So now the blood group AB red blood cells will express both A antigen also and B antigen also. So phenotype also will be AB and genotype also will be AB. So as you understand that in AB blood group, both chromosomes will with functional genes, and both will produce transferase A and transferase B. Not both together will produce. One chromosome will produce transferase A and one chromosome will produce transferase B enzyme, and transferase A will attach with half of oligosaccharides N-acetylgalactosamine, and transferase B will attach galactose to the half of oligosaccharide. So RBC will express both A antigen also and B antigen also. But now in the case of blood group O people, those people who have blood group O, in their case what will happen, that chromosome 9, both chromosomes with both genes that will be non-functional, mean that specific locus genes will be non-functional. So when genes will be non-functional of both chromosomes, then they will not produce transferase A and they will not produce also transferase B. So when there will be no production of transferase A or transferase B enzyme, then there will be no attachment of N-acetyl or galactose to the H antigen. So the RBC will be remain with only H antigen, and on their RBC now there will be only antigen, and those people will be called as blood group O, because there will be no production of transferase A or transferase B enzyme, and as H antigen is recessive, but as it will be homozygous condition only, because both genes are non-functional, so phenotype also will be O and genotype also will be O only, because there will be no change in the H antigen. So now first we studied that H antigen. Now I hope you understand that why we call that blood group O people have only H antigen. Other also blood groups have H antigen, but H antigen is recessive in nature, but A and B antigens were dominant in nature. So blood will be expressed as A blood group A, blood group B and blood group AB. But when there will be no production of transferase A or transferase B, that time in that condition RBCs were only with H antigen and blood group is expressed as blood group O. So this lecture is going to complete here. I hope you understand the concept of ABO blood group system, that how this blood group are formed. As you know, ABO blood group system was discovered or was made by the Karl Landsteiner in 1901. So I hope you understand the concept of ABO blood group system, phenotype and genotype, and how they made, what changes will come in RBCs that will make these blood groups. I will meet you with new lecture, and I hope it will be on RH system. I will try to make as soon as possible to complete this topic. Until that, take care of yourself, stay healthy, stay positive, keep happy others also. Thank you so much.